Classroom confessional number 8. But not even a classroom confessional. Assessment confessional. Assessments were Sunday. What I'd had my nerves racked up for weeks about, finally came to this past Sunday, and I'm not pleased at all with my performance. Um, there's only one thing I think I did even relatively well, but I'll get into that later. Um, how did I prepare? To prepare the weeks before the assessment and preparation, I did what I thought was solid research about argumentation. My topic was the analytical process of argumentation. So my first, it was too long, but maybe my first few days of deliberation was just about what my thesis would be. I wanted to pick a strong thesis, something that I knew enough about to give, a solid argument on. And argumentation, out of all the topics on the list, argumentation was what I was most comfortable with. I knew I had to tie it into politics, and I know that argumentation plays a huge role in politics. So I thought that would be an easy stance to take, something along those two lines. I was wrong, apparently. My topic or my thesis ended up being too broad. I didn't cover it the way I should have, and it left my presentation, the presentation of my thesis and my argument left too many blank spaces, too many open areas, and just too many open-ended questions, and just went about it in like the wrong way. It's pretty bad. Of the 4 areas that I was assessed in, which do I think I did the best in? Out of content knowledge, depth of understanding, conceptual application, and evaluation, well, to be honest, I don't think I did the best in any of those categories. And in retrospect, it's really disappointing, seeing all the time that I had to think about this and build a solid presentation. I think what I did the best in was the actual presentation of it, oratorically. I've never had a problem with speaking. It's first nature, and well, of course I was nervous leading in, because I know how much hinged on my the strength of my presentation. So I was a bit nervous. I came in, and the moment I saw Sophia at the little venue place, all of it went away. I was like, oh, this is like, I'll be fine. It's there's no reason to have all my nerves racked up. I know about this, and I know I'll present well. Was I wrong? I got in there, and I wasn't nervous, but I was just overconfident in the strength of my thesis. I came in there with what I thought was a solid argument and thought was solid reasoning, and it ended up not being any of those. I thought what I had done was research. It was poor research. I can look at that. I can look back at that now and acknowledge it. Me feeling that I not knew so much, but knew enough about argumentation to build an argument on it. Clearly, I didn't, and I should have just done not necessarily more research, but better research. To a more creative approach to my argument, and well, my thesis was argumentation plays the most crucial role in politics, and I keep talking about what I thought. What I thought was that that was a strong thesis. I was like, wow, this is creative. This is something that no one's really talked about before. This is something that I can explore that people don't think about a lot. It wasn't creative at all. In the reflective portion of my presentation, I was given, you all gave me some pointers on how I could have made my argument more creative instead of covering, just huge generalities like argumentation in politics, because that's so broad. I could have gone into different aspects of politics and where argumentation came into play, and let's say whether or not in these facets of politics and government, argumentation really played the role that it was supposed to, if that makes any sense. What I'm going to do differently in the future, there was a lot of takeaways from all this, but I think the biggest takeaway was that there's no such thing as too much work. I thought that I had put in the right amount of work, and I kind of got relaxed about it. I was like, okay, I built my thesis and here are my arguments. Now I just gotta, practice maybe once or twice after school for these next few days leading up to the assessment, and I'll be fine. I don't think that was a good way to, that was a horrible way to look at it. The extra time I had, I could have always or constantly been putting in more work, constantly doing more research, constantly building my thesis and testing to see whether it would work or not. It just wasn't strong at all. And regardless of how I did, I'm just really thankful for the opportunity. I've been given another opportunity. I got my academic probation email letter thing this morning, and I'm not gonna say it ruined my day, because I knew it was coming. I didn't put my best foot forward, so I knew there would be repercussions, but it kind of put a damper on my mood. Not that really matters, but I know what I have to do now. I've already started reading The Souls of Black Folk. I started reading that a couple days ago. So reading the email, I was like, oh, okay. Oh, that's perfect. I've already started annotating my printed copy of the text. I just gotta keep going through with it. And I'm kind of excited. Well, even though I'm probably not supposed to be, I'm kind of excited about the 9 a.m., the 2 9 a.m. study sessions, because there we get to show our understanding of the text through conversation. And you all knowing me, conversation and just speaking and relaying info is what I do the best. I can get the most done in a structured conversation. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. So that's it for this confessional. Not exactly the happiest one or the most cheerful one I've done, but it's necessary to think about these things and not only just reflect on the good things that I do in the program, but especially the bad things, so I know what to do from that point forward. And from this point forward, you all will only see the best of me, nothing less.